Welcome aboard Rocketship, the platform with the most relevant content for competitive examinations. This is Rocketship IAS Lab and continuing with our series on answer writing for General Studies papers of Civil Service Main Examination. We take up a question that you might come across in GS paper 3. Here goes the question. Sports and concert tourism is an emerging opportunity for India's economy. Elaborate. Also discuss what measures are needed to ensure that this opportunity is indeed realized. You can indeed make out that this question has current relevance. Essentially, we are referring to the widely popular Coldplay concert that was recently held in two cities of India, that is in Mumbai and in Ahmedabad, across Mumbai and Ahmedabad. And the Honorable Prime Minister of India had referred to the opportunity that is presented by concert tourism just a few days ago. So essentially, we are going to discuss something that has been in news lately. You could say the first part of the question requires you to elaborate on this point. That is, you have to essentially establish that the opportunity presented by sport and concert tourism is indeed quite large. It is indeed an emerging opportunity. And in the second part, as usual, you have to talk about what measures are needed, what measures are required to ensure that this opportunity is indeed realized, or we can say in other words that we reap the benefits of this potential opportunity. We are introducing our answer with a piece of interesting a report that you might find interesting. That is, according to a report by the International Cricket Council, the ICC Cricket World Cup of 2023, hosted across 10 cities in India, added almost $1.2 billion to the Indian economy. Or converting it to Indian INR, that is Indian National Rupee, it was almost 11k crore rupees. Even more than that, actually. The actual figure is 1.39, but you have to remember, it is easy to remember 1.2 billion. That is why we have mentioned it. So essentially, it was a huge opportunity for India that added almost 11,000 crore rupees to the Indian economy. The impact of tourism across the 10 hosting cities was itself calculated to be $0.8 billion, almost 7,000 crore rupees. Now, sports and concert tourism is an emerging category of event tourism. We can say that sports and concert tourism are essentially subsets of the larger set, that is event tourism. Concert tourism covers fans of music, movies, animation, etc., visiting concerts, festivals, conventions, etc. We are actually taking quite a wide view of concert tourism, and we are including things which are essentially connected to concert tourism. That is movie festivals, film festivals, animation conventions, etc. That too would come under concert tourism because of their similar nature. As we were talking about, the widely popular rock band Coldplay held their first concert in India recently. They performed at two events in Mumbai and Ahmedabad. The concert created and shattered many records. One seemingly unbeatable one, is the largest stadium concert ever, attracting 2.2 lakh visitors over 2 days at Ahmedabad. Apart from the multipliers, you do understand the meaning of multiplier effect. Multiplier effect is something which actually adds to the economy, which cannot be easily quantified. You cannot calculate the impact of this particular thing, but it is so vast, actually, it is so wholesome that it adds to the economy. So apart from the multipliers of boosting local informal economy, The concert logged ticket sales of almost 350 crore rupees and GST fetched was more than 50 crore rupees. You do not have to essentially recall all these minor points, but the thing is the concert actually fetched quite some economic returns for the hosting cities, and that too some taxes to the government also, apart from something that cannot be quantified, that is multiplier effect on the local informal economy. These segments also add to India's soft power. Please add this, please try to appreciate this point, that sports, or for that matter arts, music, etc., add to the soft power of a country, as the example of Coldplay bandmates taking a dip at the Mahakumbh shows. So it is actually a beautiful example of, you could say, acceptance of cultural diversity. They displayed this acceptance of cultural diversity. Sports too is known as a glue to bind fans, brawling fans apart. To make it light, on a light note, there are actually occasions when sometimes sports fans are known to behave unruly, that is they brawl. But anyway, apart from that, it is actually considered that sports can bring people together. Realizing the sports and concert opportunity. What should be done to realizing the opportunity presented by sports and concert tourism? First, let us ensure that convenience and safety of the visitors. How? Through measures like visa exemption, policing to ensure them safety, and we must sensitize the locals. We must sensitize the locals to behave in a friendly as well as even helpful manner towards the visitors. Train the tourism workforce. For an example, people who act as interpreters or guides. Co-opt the private sector. Obviously, the private sector has a role to play in promoting sports and concert tourism, as the examples of many ticket booking, you could say, platforms has shown. Create infrastructure. For an example, concert venues, or for that matter, transport linkages to these venues. Moreover, an interesting point that we are making here, that please try to converse these plans to promote concert and sport tourism with other tourism promotion plans. Actually, the opportunity presented by this sport and concert concert tourism can be actually, you could say, taken a notch higher by converging it with other tourism promotion plans, because India being a culturally as well as biologically diverse country, the same, you could say, visitors who visit for a sports event or for a music concert, etc., they may be actually attracted, they may be coaxed actually to visit other, you could say, attractions in India too. That is the point we are making here. Now, elaborating on these points, as we know that India lives by the creed of Atithi Devo Bhav, which has been a creed of the Indian society. In its true spirit, we should ensure, in the true spirit of the you could say cultural creed of Atithi Devo Bhav, we should ensure that the visitors find it a pleasant and safe experience in India. Among other suggestions, we can start with making the visa process smooth, or even exempting the visa, or for that matter providing a visa on arrival, or even exempt on a case basis. Intensive policing and emergency support, for an example, speed dial, emergency assistance, etc., should be put into place. These are quite basic things actually, which should be a no-brainer, but again, in the case of India, we have to actually point and we have to actually suggest these things. Then, appealing to cultural tradition of hospitality, we are essentially harking back to the value of Atithi Devo Bhav. Appealing to cultural tradition of hospitality, locals should be sensitized to behave politely and in a helpful manner towards the visitors. Tourism actually offers somewhat valuable employment opportunity to our informal economy participants. We should turn this opportunity into reality by training and skilling interpreters, guides, or for that matter, cab drivers, and almost everyone who is associated with the informal tourism economy. Moreover, the private sector players like ticket and event booking platforms, airlines, hotels, homestays, etc., should be co opted to make the visitor's experience seamless. One stop solutions, for an example, including ticket, travel arrangements, accommodation, etc., should be promoted. We have to put in place infrastructure to like concert and sporting venues, transport links to these venues, accommodation friendly on pocket, etc. Actually, there is quite some debate whether we should target the premium customer or we should actually go for the budget tourists as well, either the premium tourists or the budget tourists. Anyway, we are suggesting that the accommodation should be affordable. India's cultural, spiritual, and biological diversity should be leveraged to make sports and music fans extend their visits to cover cultural, wildlife, or spiritual attractions, etc. There is a need to converge tourism promotion programs with schemes for sports and concert tourism. Actually, we are suggesting to get some more bucks out of the pocket of the visitors. The conclusion is ensuring a comfortable and safe stay for visitors, trained and sensitized tourism workforce, and a smooth infrastructural experience would go a long way in India reaping the benefits of sports and concert tourism. That was all on the opportunity presented by sports and concert tourism in India and the suggestions we would make to ensure that India indeed reaps the benefits of sports and tourism potential. That is how we sum up our lecture for today. We would reassemble for the next lecture in a few days. As usual, we wish you all the best. Thank you.